Hey, we are live. I pushed go live and then I had to push go live again. So, anyway, here we are. Good afternoon. Happy Thursday, everyone. Today is our weekly Lunch Bites session here with the LaDondraHervey.com brand. But as you can see, I'm not LaDondra Hervey, but I am Coach Dawn and I am part of the team. So, welcome, everyone. We are going to get in it's kind of a segue from last week's session, which we talked about vision casting last week. Make sure my mic is up here close, and I'm going to look in our group, make sure that we are indeed live. Yes, we are. All right. So ladies, if you did not catch last week's Lunch Bites training, you might want to go back and rewatch the replay after this session, because we talked about vision casting and how important it is to really tap in to the creator to help you co-create your vision for your business, your life, everything, because it's all connected, right? But today I'm going to take that a little bit deeper, like step 2, and we're going to talk about vision planning. Because once you are in alignment with the vision that God has for you, now it's time to put it into motion, right? So that's what we're going to talk about today. But first, I wanted to ask you, I'm getting all situated here, you guys. I wanted to ask you, did you see Coach LaDondra's live that she did yesterday? Oh my gosh, it was so exciting. You guys, if you don't know, she's on a little hiatus right now, and that's a good thing, because when she goes into those cocoon moments, then the Lord really is doing a work in her. And so she came on yesterday and gave us a little sneak preview that we've got our Braving Fear challenge coming up. We had it all ready to go, all ready to start next week. And the Lord pulled her back and said, no, you're not quite ready yet. But you guys can still register for it. So we're going to pop the links back out on our socials, and just be ready. Just be ready for when it starts, because we don't know when that's going to be. But the good thing is that, oh my gosh, it's so good. I'm just so excited about it. She's going to have special guest interviews during the challenge that her team didn't even know about, and maybe she didn't even know about until recently. But that's sometimes what the Lord does, right? He pulls us back, slows us down, so we can kind of see more of the vision, and then we create the plan to put it into motion. So right now she is getting that vision and then working out the plan. So I love that we are obviously moving forward with the Braving Fear challenge, because you guys, do you know how many times fear or the concept of fear is mentioned in the Bible? 365 times. That is one for every day. And many of those say, don't fear, right? Do not fear. But we're not very obedient sometimes. And we continue to fear things that we really shouldn't. There is a healthy fear, right? The fear that keeps you safe and protected from, bad things, like don't step in front of a train because you're going to get hit, right? So there are healthy fears, but those protect us, right? So when you have those fears that come in the wrong form, around the wrong situation, those are trying to protect you from something that you perceive as a threat, but it's really not a threat. Guys, she's going to be going into that. She's going to be talking raw, real, and honest about some things that she's been going through in her personal life, in her professional life, all of that. I'm going to have guest interviews. So listen, if you haven't signed up for the Braving Fear Challenge, you've got to sign up today, okay? Because we don't know when that's going to go live, but just be ready for it, okay? So we'll pop that link down in the comments here, but let's get on with our session today. So today we're talking about giving legs to the vision. I had to look at the title, Giving Legs to the Vision. So ladies, once you've gotten the vision, right, you've sat down before the Lord, you've really taken that time to dive deep. And for me, it's like turn on the meditation music, really to get in, read some scripture, and then go in. Be like, okay, Lord, what do you see? What do you see for me today, for me tomorrow, next month, next quarter, next 6 months, next year, whatever. And then he just pours into you when you are really, really still and tapping in. So hopefully you've done that. You've got it all written down, right? I always keep a journal by me when I go into that prayer time with the Father because he downloads so much vision. So you write it all down, okay? If you haven't done that, that's okay. Go back and re-listen to it and then take that time to do so. So now you've got your journal, your notepad, your phone. Maybe some of you just type your notes in your phone, whatever that looks like for you, right? You have the vision, it's all written out, okay? Now it's time to create the plan. So step one for me is to do that brain dump, okay? And like I said, if you don't have a journal, however you do it, one thing that I like to do, and I think you can see it, I'm like, I want to make sure I'm pointing the right way. Yes, over here, I have a huge whiteboard. There, right there. I love whiteboarding, you guys. I love whiteboarding because it really is just, you can make it big and bold and you can make it sloppy, whatever, and you can erase. And so I love using the whiteboard. You can use a whiteboard, write out the things that, that God has laid on your spirit to really tap into this year for your business, because it's super important to really see what it is that he's been downloading into you. Okay. So use a whiteboard if you have one. You can use one of those large flip boards, right? The really big Post-it note flip boards, right? You can use that and do a lot of brain dumping there. You can grab your sticky notes, which is always a good thing. I have sticky notes that are kind of bigger. I have with lines, right? I have all different colors. I have the regular 3x3s and all different colors. You can use those to, write different things down and then maybe put them up on the whiteboard or put them up on your wall. It doesn't matter where, but that is a really good idea too, to have all those different colors, especially if you're creative. It helps your mind get going and it makes it a little more fun, right? Because planning can be tedious sometimes, or it can be daunting or overwhelming. And if you have things that are movable, like your stickies, right, then you can kind of make a plan and be like, okay, here's what needs to happen. And you thought it needed to go here, but it really needs to go there, which we'll talk about in a minute. But make it fun. Make it fun for you. Make it creative, because this is the kind of thing that can get a little like, not so fun. So make it fun. Just make it fun. All right. So number one, brain dump the vision, get it all written out, make it fun, make it creative. Then number two, what you want to do is, from everything that you've brain dumped, right? You're going to pick that one thing that you want to focus on the next 90 days. Okay. We are in Q1, quarter one. So what is it that you really want to focus on in your business during Q1 over the next 90 days that is really going to help you to get things done, right? So you take that one idea, that one goal, that one thing that is going to move the needle to what? Bottom line results, right? Here in the Woke Next Level program, which is our platform. Woke for us stands for Women Operating Kingdom Enterprises. So let's not get it twisted. But at the Woke Next Level Mastermind program, we go in and we talk about, like, what is that one goal you want to work on the next 90 days? And then we really drill down into that one thing. But we're all about results. Okay. We're all about results, because the result is, are you making money? Let's just be honest. We are in business. We're not in hobby. We're not in hobby, right? We're in business. The bottom line is, you are here to create an impact. And in order to create an impact, you have to have money. Let's just be honest. You have to have money. It's okay to be a Christian woman operating a kingdom enterprise and make money. The Bible does not say do not make money. In fact, the parable of the talents, the one gentleman who did not make the money was punished. So let's just go there. Okay. He was punished. What was given to him, he did not steward well. So what he was given was taken away from him. Ooh, y'all, I'm feeling it right now. I really am feeling this. I'm like, ooh. So you guys, God gives us resources. He gives us the things that he wants us to have, and he expects us to multiply them. Okay. He expects a return on his investment. So that's why in the Woke Next Level Mastermind program that we have with our clients, we focus on results. What is going to make it work, right? So that you can experience and have and receive the abundance, and then it overflows. It overflows out to other people. Okay. So results. All right. So whew, that was a tangent. Woo, coming back. All right. So you get that one thing that you want to work on in the next 90 days. Okay. If you're on whiteboarding, let's talk about mind mapping. All right. If you don't know what mind mapping is, I'm going to spell it out for you. I'm like, I wish I had a paper here where I could show you. But anyway, so you're basically going to put that idea in a bubble in the center. Okay. And then you're going to draw spokes out from it, kind of like the center of a wheel, right, on a bicycle. And you're going to draw spokes out. And then on the end of each of those spokes, you're going to have another little bubble. So you're going to have bubbles all around this one in the center. Then what you're going to do from there is really think about that one goal, that one thing. And you're going to be like, okay, what do I need to do to make that happen? So from that, you're going to go off. Let's talk about, sales. How many sales do I need in order to get those sales? Well, then that would come off of that bubble. What does that look like? But let's talk about marketing. What are the marketing efforts that I need to do to make that happen? Let's talk about team. Do I need team members to help me implement this idea? What about software? Do I need a different software to implement this idea and make it go, more effectively, efficiently? So you just kind of go around the main bubble and you think about all the different things that are going to help make that thing come to life, right? Whatever that is for your product, a service, speaking engagements, getting on more podcasts, right? Because initially, I'm talking about bottom line financial results, but sometimes it does take building that foundation to get there, right? And that could mean increasing the number of podcasts that you get asked to be interviewed on, right? So in the first 90 days, maybe it's you go from, 1, 2, 3 podcast interviews that you've done up to like maybe 5 a week, 10 a week, whatever that looks like, right? Or maybe just doing the outreach, getting your speaker one sheet out to more than, 5 or 10 podcasts, right? You're mailing it out. But we're helping you to measure that. We're helping you to make sure that, number one, you're on track where you need to go with your business, okay? And then number two, that you actually are doing the things that need to get done in order to, move you forward, move you to that next level. Guys, we're not supposed to stay stuck at this level. We're supposed to elevate, right? And when we get there and we've reached that plateau, like, okay, now what? We elevate again. But if you become complacent and you're just like, you know what, I feel good here. I mean, it's good here. I'm good, right? Well, sis, there's more for you out there. And there's not only more for you, but there are more lives for you to impact. So when you get complacent with where you are, then you are hoarding, let's call it that way. You're hoarding your gifts, you're burying your gifts that could impact so many other people. So don't bury your gifts like the one gentleman in the parable of the talents. He hid his gift. He hid it and no one benefited from that. And in fact, he was, condemned for it. So just be really careful about, sharing your gifts. You really want to share your gifts. Get in a community of women who are going to support you, who are going to encourage you, who are going to make sure that you're walking your walk, right? And not just talking the talk. We all have a command from God to go out and be the best version of ourselves. He has a purpose and a plan for us in our lives, and it's up to us to tap into that vision and say, okay, God, I thank you for letting me see what I need to see in this moment, right? Because he normally doesn't share the entire vision with you. We would get so overwhelmed, right? But what he does share with you, now it's your turn to go and implement. So, all right, so we're working on that mind map, right? We're taking the offshoots, and now what you're going to want to do from those offshoots, right? Those are kind of your to-do items. And then what you're going to do with those, you're going to go, okay, you know what? out of these things that are kind of coming off the main bubble, what do I need to do first? What's either going to take the longest to do that I really need to get started on? What is something that needs to happen by a certain date? Maybe there's a, let's say you sell a product and Valentine's Day is coming up. You want to make sure that you are in line for those Valentine's Day sales. Okay. Whatever it is, that's a date driven deadline. Okay. Like if you have a hard deadline that you need to match up with, that's date driven. The others are priority driven. So what's the priority? Does this need to happen first or can it come down here? Because this really needs to happen before that, right? So you have to look at those things that are outside your bubble, the offshoots of the spokes, and prioritize like what needs to get done first and really be planning ahead in that 90 days. At the end of this 90 days, I want this result, whatever it is, number of podcasts, number of dollars sold, number of units sold, number of products sold, whatever that is, you know what that is. And so what do I need to do? Then you back it down. Okay, if I want X number of products sold, how many people need to buy that? Okay, let's say 10 people, right? How many phone calls do I need to make to get in front of those 10 people that are going to buy? Well, not everybody has 100% conversion. So you're going to need to get in front of more than 10, right? And so I would say multiply that by 10. So you're going to need to get in front of 100 people. Okay. Well, what does that look like? Well, that means, going live online. That means sending out emails. That means picking up the phone and making phone calls. That means getting in people's DMs, right? What is it going to take to get you in front of your right audience? Because not everybody you reach out to is going to be your right audience, right? So you have to kind of prioritize that. Like, where is my audience? Who am I speaking to? Where do they hang out? What do they do? All of those things. Okay. You guys are getting a master class today for sure. So I hope you're taking notes. So anyway, prioritize your bubbles. Okay. Then point number 3, we're almost done for the day, but point number 3 is, guys, you have to calendar your activity. You have to calendar it. That's my world. If it's not on the calendar, it doesn't exist. I will not forget. I will not remember if it's not on my calendar. And that's just the truth. Maybe it's a running list. Like I have a list on my phone and I put my notes in there at the end of the day. Okay, what did I not get done today that I really want to get done tomorrow? Okay, so put it on whatever note that works for you, but do time block some actual productivity time in your calendar to work on those things. And maybe when you have that calendar, when you pop up your calendar, it gives you a title, right? So you call it power hour or whatever you want to call it for work, right? To-do list, whatever you're going to call it. Goal getting, let's call it goal getting activities. Okay. Then in the notes, you can put in the notes, you can keep your running list, right? Some people have a notepad, right? Like my little sticky pad here. Some people have a notepad at their desk and they just keep writing it down. Okay. Whatever works for you, but please write it down. Please write it down. Put it on the calendar because guys, if you don't calendar your time and be really intentional with your time, then things can get away. Your time can slip away, your activities slip away, social media gets, I can't tell you how many times I'm going online for a specific thing and then I'm scrolling and liking and hearting and all. I'm like, Dawn, what are you doing, right? So there are apps that you can put on your phone. One of them I like is the Forest app. And it knows, like, if you're on your phone, you're supposed to be working, like you set a timer. And if you're supposed to be working on your phone, you kind of go over to social media. It tells you, hey, quit, fubbing around, get back to work. So find the tools that work to help you get focused in. Okay. In our next level program, we have a session. Actually, it's today, pray, plan, do. So we pray over the things that, God has shown to us that we're going to do. We plan it out like, okay, what do we want to get done in this next hour, hour and a half? Then we set the timer and we go do it. We go make it happen. And so guys, if you're needing that accountability, if you're needing that support, if you're needing that strategic plan, if you're having trouble like figuring out from the goal, like what are the things I need to be doing? Because I feel like I'm doing them, but I'm not getting traction. I'm not getting the things that the results that I had hoped I would get. guys, reach out to us. Okay, reach out to us. Schedule an integration call. What we love integration, action, all of those words that mean we're making sure that you get the results that you want to get. Okay, for your business. It's time to stop messing around. It's time to stop fubbing around with our business, right? And acting like it's a hobby and like we're not supposed to make money or like, who's going to be mad at me if I make a lot of money? No, guys, money doesn't change who you are. It makes you more of who you are. So if you're a good-hearted person, then more money means you can have a bigger heart, right? And serve more people. So please know that we are supposed to live an abundant life. And if you're not receiving those results in your business, then there's a gap. Okay, there's a gap. What we do in the integration call, we help identify that gap for you in this free call. Okay, we help you identify the gap and then we show you, like, okay, here's what we see, here's how we can help you get there. And so let's partner up, right, and do this. But if we see that, you know what, here's the gap and you need to do a little bit more work before you come to work with us, we're going to tell you that too. It is a no hassle call, no pressure at all. But guys, the value you're going to get just from scheduling the call is tremendous. So we're going to pop that link to schedule a call with us in the chat as well, or in the comments, and just schedule your call. It really is a no-brainer because you're going to get a business analysis from us. You guys are going to get a business analysis, like, hello, showing you where your gaps are, showing you where, the things that maybe we see that you don't see yet, or maybe you do see it, but you're not quite sure how to go about like bridging that gap. We can help you with that. Okay. So I'm going to pop that down there. I'm going to pop the link in for the Braving Fear Challenge. I'm going to pop the link in for the integration call. So guys, take action. Take action. Create the plan. Put those legs under it so it can take off running. All right. That's what this whole session was about. And let us know how we can help you. Okay. Let us know, because this is what we do. We take women who are stuck in a place and they've been stuck there for far too long, right? Like the man on the mat, okay? They've been trying to get to the water, to get to the healing water for a long time, and they've been stuck on their mat. Sis, we're saying rise up. Rise up. Come walk with us, okay? Join us. We will help you get into those healing waters, okay? We will help take you to that next level so that you don't have to struggle anymore. You don't have to be alone anymore. You don't have to wish, hope, and just wait for people like, is someone going to help me today? People keep passing me by, but nobody is helping me. We're here, sis. We're holding out our hand and we're saying, come with us. We can help you. So guys, I hope this has been helpful today. I hope this is helping you figure out how to put those legs under your vision that God gave you from last week's session. And if you haven't had time, please go back and watch that. It is inside the We Doing Business God's Way Facebook group. So if you're listening on another platform right now, come join us inside our Facebook group. We would love to put our arms around you virtually and give you a big hug when you come in. And guys, until next week, we're here every Thursday at noon Central. So join us, invite your friends. If this was helpful for you, then please tag one of your besties. If you're on another platform, the LaDondra Hervey business page or YouTube, tag them in. Let them see this. Be a blessing to others, because that's what we're here to do, is to bless others, right? All right, ladies, love you. I'm about to go into our client session so we can pray, plan, and do. And I'll see y'all next week. Bye.